want this, or do I want just black coffee? It's really tough to choose sometimes because they're both very delicious. From the mess, my little sister is visiting, so she has snacks all over the counter. I think I'm just gonna go with the milky iced coffee. Smells really good. It's kind of hot. Don't want to burn my tongue. I've been thinking about the reason why I haven't been uploading as much as I'd like, and if I actually sit down and count, I think I make around 1 or 2 videos a day of just random stuff around my life, and I just don't put them up on YouTube because I feel like they're too scattered to make sense. So this is where those segments going to come to play. With some organization, I figure maybe I can share a little more about myself and what's going on while I'm not traveling and making videos, but still keep the topics within travel, photography, and video. So let's begin. Who is asking these questions? I think I've never introduced myself properly or formally on this channel, like, ever. So for current viewers, my name is Tu, like number 2, just spelled differently, of course. In Vietnamese, it's actually a little accent mark that goes on top of the letter U, so to correctly pronounce it is actually Hu. It's pretty entertaining listening to my non-Vietnamese friends try and say it. How and what did I start doing videos? First, a quick overview. My background is photography, and my passion for art in general started way back as early as 4th grade, I would say. Long story short, I started out drawing. I drew over 10 comic books, my own comic books, full of stick figures. Yeah, very exciting. That somehow my classmates loved them and understood them. And in summer 2010, my grandpa gifted me my first DSLR after seeing me keep hugging the family's point and shoot. I started taking more and more photos every day, and that moment I knew art and being creative are what fulfills me and identifies who I am. A lot of my photography is landscape, nature, still life, and sometimes portraits. There isn't exactly a genre that I focus on because perhaps the emphasis that I want to deliver in each photo is in the details and their message, which can vary depending on how one looks at it. I mean, in general, art is very subjective. As I kept taking more and more photos, I also upgraded my camera. So I started with the Canon XS, the Rebel XS, or the 1000D, and then I got the T2i in 2012 because it could record video, even though I didn't really get into videos until the summer 2015, which is when I got my Canon 70D, and I loved it. It was an amazing camera, and I filmed my first travel video with it in Ha Long Bay, Vietnam, one of the UNESCO heritage sites. Initially, video was just sort of a fun test and a curiosity. But after putting together a few videos from little clips here and there, and I went to a couple of other trips after summer 2015, I became quite obsessed with it, with the whole process of editing and uploading. Also, 2015 is when I really discovered what YouTube is about. Believe it or not, before I thought YouTube was just a place where people go on to watch viral videos or listen to music. So when I found out I could become one of the creators and become a part of this huge creative community, I was hooked. I started watching tons of travel videos and tutorials. So in summer of 2016, I switched completely to Sony because I saw what the a6300 can do, and now I'm using its successor, the a6500. Up until this moment, everything that I know about making videos, from gear to techniques, is by learning from YouTube or just applying my knowledge from photography to video. The internet is really a wonderful place for educational content, and a lot of it is free. You just gotta have to find the right resource. So I must say YouTube does have significant impact on the whole creative process. It is where I continue to learn just about anything, really. I mean, you can find pretty much anything on YouTube nowadays, and share this new passion that is video. Why travel? And when is the next big trip? Since 2012, I've been traveling back and forth from the States to Southeast Asia every summer. And at first it was just, taking a break from school to visit family and old friends, but traveling has become a huge influence in my artistic journey and certainly my livelihood. I do feel very fortunate to have been able to travel as much as I can while I was still in college. I travel for the visual and creative fulfillment. I'm very much a visual person. With video and emphasis on motions, I can document my travel memories in a different dimension, if that makes sense. Not to say video is better than photo, they're just different formats in my opinion. I still love and practice photography. It really holds a special place in my heart. Just at this moment, I am focusing more on video, and I want to see how further I can take my creativity with video. I also travel for personal growth and freedom. It's a little contradicting because travel is kind of associated with meeting new people, right? And I'm an introvert or an ambivert, really. I think I can become an extrovert if I absolutely need to. But I think what really connects me is the places somehow, which is probably why my photos are mostly of landscape. And as a visual person, I am just compelled to take photos and film those places. If I must admit though, plainly just places and no people, I do feel like I'm looking at a blank canvas. So I'm slowly learning to include more people in my shots, because someday I'm going to look back at these memories and I want to remember how I was feeling when I was recording. And most of the time it is the people that make the place special. So without further ado, for my next big trip, I would be going back to Southeast Asia once again. Surprise, surprise, yes. I'll be back in Bali for a second time, so I'm kind of excited about that. And I'll spend most of my time in Cambodia, new country. And I'll also be back home in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam for the first time in 2 years. I'm really stoked about that too. There is going to be a lot of traveling because I only have 2 weeks to visit all of those places. So I imagine I will have a lot of travel day vlogs. I remember spending like 5 weeks traveling all over Vietnam back in the summer in college. Unfortunately now 2 weeks is the most I can do at a time for now. Nevertheless, I am super excited for the end of September, which is still over a month ahead, but it will be here before I know it. Also, I'm going to Tennessee for the Labor Day weekend, so that's another trip in September, also the month of my birthday. Yep, lots of exciting things going on. So maybe that's why I've been taking a little break to do some planning and preparing and all of that. Bonus question, what is JSTFD? It's not just a random name or just a bunch of random letters that I put together. JSTFD is actually short for justify, without all the vowels, because I'm hipster and minimalistic. And all kidding aside, I got the inspiration from Justin Timberlake's first solo album name, Justify, who is my man crush. I just think the word is cool and I simply like it. At the moment, I am trying to make JSTFD an abbreviation. So far I got just something to them, and I'm not sure what the D is for yet. So it's nice to meet you guys and Derek. I'm going to compile a list of questions for the next episodes if I can keep up with it, because last time when I said that I will upload a video a week for Gear Talk, I kind of failed it. So before this goes on to become a rambling video, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in one of my next videos.